Hello Sagittarius, this is your August forecast and I'm super excited for you. Why? Because we have a couple of eclipses this month and it's really going to be a huge game changer. Alright, we have this lunar eclipse on August 7th and it's taking place 15 degrees in Aquarius in your third house for communication. Then we have the solar eclipse on the 21st, which is taking place 28 degrees in Leo in your ninth house. But let's start off with the lunar eclipse. What does that mean? What does it do, right? Now, typically lunar eclipses will eclipse things out of our life. It brings in endings. And I know some people are a little bit worried about, ooh, what is that going to do and what is going to leave, you know, what is ending. But don't really fear this. We have to look at the eclipses as true gifts from the universe for all of us. Why? Because sometimes as human beings we evolve and then we just end up in a rut. Things go slow, we don't have action, movement, whatnot. The universe will only eclipse out those things that no longer hold any pertinent interest to you down the road. It's allowing you to let go of luggage, and some of you will find it very refreshing too. To be able to finally let go of some restrictions or an issue or circumstance, whatever it is, and then you go, oh, finally, now, you know, I can breathe. So it's actually a door opener, and the opener will come on the 21st with the new moon, the solar eclipse, which is taking place in your ninth house. So the ninth house has everything to do with higher education, long distance travel. If you've been working on a suit, you know, then you should see something taking place this month to finalize and have you be able to move forward again. So, yeah, I feel too, not just education, but if you're looking for a publisher, if you are a writer and you have a lot of things that you would like to present, you could really luck out this month to find the perfect person there for you. But this is also the area which is really highlighted this month, all by itself, because the Sun and Mars is there, and wherever the Sun is in our solar charts, that's where our focus for the month is. So you're going to be thinking, wanting to travel, to get out and about. Mars is here kicking into action, giving you all this extra energy, wanting to just go and explore and spread your wings, right? So a super busy month at looking at anything that has to do with these areas that we just mentioned. It's in the house that you rule. The ninth house is the house of Sagittarius. So both the Sun is comfortable there. Mars is a fire planet, you're a fire sign, so this should be a month with a lot of movement, all right? Venus, the planet of love, is in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is all about wanting to nourish, right? And it's an emotional, romantic sign. We're going to feel our feelings deeper because for you it's in the 8th house, which is the Scorpio house, so you're really going to feel these deep undercurrent feelings, longings, emotions, and so forth, but it's also a transformational house. So whatever you've been working through in this last month, when Venus was in your 7th house of relationships, if it was good, that's great, then it's going to go deeper. If it was somewhat difficult or challenging for you, Sagittarius, well, you're out of that now, looking at the other. Now you're going to be able to transform it, which the Scorpio does really, really well. You're going to go deeper and there's an inner sense of healing for it. You'll feel that. Top of the month, Jupiter and Pluto will be meeting at a square. What does that mean? Well, Jupiter wants to expand. Pluto wants to transform. Pluto is your 2nd house, money and income. Jupiter is in your 11th house for hopes and dreams. I would say maybe you have some expenses coming in that you would really want. Make sure though that you don't just jump because you can. Jupiter, see here, that's your hopes and dreams. You might have had a lot, you know, on that horizon that you've been longing for, wishing and earmarking, and that is all good. You know, if it's something that can behoove you in the long run, go for it. But there could be impulsive buying or expenses here that one could regret. There's 2 dates this month you want to look out for doing exactly that. That's the 4th and it's also the 17th. where we might just jump because we think, ooh, I want that, right? And then a few days later, it's like, ooh, why did I do that? What was I thinking, right? Especially if it's a larger expense, which it could be. Since we're talking about Jupiter, if it was just Venus, well, Venus is so much. Jupiter is that much, right? As far as money goes. So I would say, you know, look at it, go research it, feel it out, and whatnot. If you still want it a week later, then go for it. But sometimes when we make these impulse buys, you know, I mean, even before we come home and look at it, we're like, why did I do that? What was I thinking, right? So be a little careful on the 4th. But on the 10th, great time to go out and do that shopping, if you so will. I feel both Venus and Jupiter are in a great place. There's fantastic, good, deep communication going on. I feel there's this happy-go-lucky energy, a sense of renewal, because Jupiter is just wanting to spread its wings. The Sun is involved, which is you, and Jupiter, you know, is your ruler. The Sun being here in the 9th house, I feel you might want to just get out and about and want to travel while there. You're going to do it on this day, may not be, but you might start making some plans for it. I feel there's a lot of love in the air as far as just good vibes, okay, with whoever it is that you're interacting with. Now on the 12th, especially for those of you who are artistically inclined, Venus and Neptune, they are coming together in a beautiful dance. And the inspiration you might be getting on this day is heightened, okay? So you can hear the spheres of the universe, right? I mean, if you're a musician, fantastic, go for it. If you write lyrics, you might find lyrics that are coming out from the divine. If you're a painter, sculptor, dancer, oh yeah, you're in the flow and you're channeling it. But when it comes to romance, both of these planets rule romance. Venus, you know, does. But Neptune, see, Sagittarius is the higher octave of Venus. So when these two come together like this, I always like to call it the soulmate signature, okay? You're feeling it so deeply in your heart. If you're in a relationship, make this your date night of the month. Bring out the candles, the wine, all that good stuff. If you're single, don't sit at home because you will emit this energy when you're out and about, and you can come to attract, like a magnet, somebody with that same type of signature. On the 13th, I see things coming together. It's really securing itself, and this is because Saturn is coming in saying, do you really want this? Are you happy with what you have? Let's lock it in. Saturn could be a fantastic anchor to have. Why? Because it gives us that longevity. So you should be very much so a happy camper. The other day I said, or the other date I gave you, was to not go out and buy flashy things. That is on the 17th, Venus and Jupiter. You could just be a little too impulsive on this day and come to regret it. I'm just, you know, saying so. Do what you want to do. But I've said it because why? It just feels so attracted to something special. So there's expenses, there's money going out. So if you really want it, no problem. Then, you know, that is great. On the 20th, you're super powered up. Mars now here with Jupiter, and I'm sensing how you now are like a free spirit. What can I say, Sagittarius? You are out with friends, you're with maybe joining a new group, an organization. You could be meeting up with friends at faraway places because Jupiter's in the 11th house and Jupiter's long distance, right? So wonderful day on the 20th, and it's leading up to the eclipse, the solar eclipse there on the 21st. And so maybe you're out and about traveling due to this very event so that you could be out and be part of those groups to take this all in, right? Just protect your eyes. That eclipse is beautiful on the 21st, and it's also coming up with an unexpected surprise. And this is coming from Uranus. Uranus for you is in your 5th house of creativity. It's also the businesses that you own or children. It's your self-expression. It's in a place where you can just come to feel that, wow, this is what I want to do. The inspiration is great. I also feel that this new moon, which is quickly going to be moving into your career house. I'm so sorry, I got allergies today. So from the 21st onwards, this new moon is going to be picking right up into your career, leading you into a vision of knowing where you're already going to start, because the 22nd, we have your energy now really being firmly anchored in. This is Saturn, right? And we know when Saturn is good to us, it has that karmic signature. It will want to give the security that we're needing. And what is that? It is all coming towards, again, preparing for new work, because you are going to be changing things up. Not, for some of you, it will be probably a new job. For others, it might just be a new project, perhaps within the career that you already have. But this is where you're angling towards the end of the month. So on the 27th, again, I feel that, you know, the planets are looking out for you. They're loving you. They're loving you, Sagittarius, this month. Jupiter and Saturn all lined up. And for you, this is all about moving in a direction where you've been wanting to. Now, for some of you, that could be physical move. For others, it's more like moving, okay? Moving your spirit, your goals in a direction that you've been wanting to. But you're feeling really, really solid, as if you've already done a whole lot of homework in the past. It was a time to take action. But I'm seeing now action can come. Why? Because everything else is lined up for you. Okay, so you're having all this positive wind in your back. And of course, the eclipses are really helping you to make this new step in your life. This is why the lunar eclipses that shuts down on things really allows us to actually take new leaps that we probably wouldn't have done if the lunar eclipse hadn't shut a door. So whatever is done in the old way, now comes the new. So I wish you a beautiful August. Please comment down below what these eclipses have meant to you. What door do they shut and which doors do they open? That might mean you have to come back to write it, or you can also comment on it on the next month's video. All right? So listen, guys, have a good one. Wishing you the best.